Hello, good morning, and welcome aboard to AM News. My name is Denisia Pomaije in our very first story. The Supreme Court is expected to deliver its ruling today in a case filed by Kpandai MP Matthew Nyindam, who is also seeking to reverse a High Court decision that annulled his 2024 parliamentary election win. Now, ahead of the ruling, a new Global Info Analytics poll puts NPP's Nyindam 4 points ahead of the NDC's Daniel Wekpao, with just 2 weeks remaining before the December 30 parliamentary elections.
Matthew Nyindam is challenging the jurisdiction of the Tamale High Court Commercial Division. He argues that the court erred by upholding an election petition filed by NDC candidate Daniel Wekpao 32 days after the results were gazetted, exceeding the 21-day window prescribed by law for the filing of election petitions. Despite the ongoing legal uncertainty, the Electoral Commission says preparations for the rerun are on track. Deputy Director of Research at the EC, Alfred Tete, says the commission is fully prepared to conduct the polls.
As a law-abiding institution, we fix the date on the 30th. We don't know what will happen from the appeal and then the Supreme Court. And whatever happens, for now until the appeal court or the Supreme Court ruled otherwise, we are going by our 30th December date as the date for the conduct of the elections.
Both the MPP's Deputy General Secretary Haruna Mohammed and the NDC's Director of Elections Rashid Tanko Computer have been reacting to the polls, which suggests Matthew Nyindam is on course to reclaim the Kpandai seat.
So I don't think that we should be campaigning ahead of this particular pronouncement. We have decided to go to court, and we are going to follow this through until the court decides otherwise. We are not campaigning in Kpandai. And at the end of the day, if the court says that we should go for elections, why not? We'll go and take what belongs to us.
The MPP is campaigning in Kpandai. We are with them in Kpandai. They are there campaigning. They come here and do propaganda and let people know that they are pursuing legal, but nothing. They are doing campaign. They are vigorously in the constituency all over the place. And then we are crisscrossing with them there. Yesterday, our team, national officers, were in the constituency to have meeting with all our branch executives and all that. And we met them. We met the MPP group also doing their own thing over there. So just ignore them. For them, they know their propaganda.
Meanwhile, some residents of Kpandai who spoke to Joy News say while they welcome the poll, they believe the true outcome will only be determined at the polls on December 30th.
NDC will take over. NDC will be need it hands down.
No, we will say Matthew is strong, but when that day comes, you might not know who will be winning. And so you want to have fact check any media and on what predicting who say this person is strong down.
With just 15 days to go, the outcome of the Supreme Court's verdict will have a huge significance on the people of Kpandai.
Away from the Kpandai parliamentary rerun, the Director General of GTEC, Professor Ahmed Abdullahi Jinapor, has raised concerns over the growing use of fee-paying arrangements in public tertiary institutions without approval from the Commission. He warned that the practice burdens already struggling parents and said GTEC will soon engage university managements to address the issue. He spoke at the investiture of the Vice-Chancellor of the Dr. Hilla Liman Technical University. Rafik Salam reports from WA.
Throwing further light on the issue after first taking a bite of it at the investiture and the 7th graduation of the Dr. Hilla Liman Technical University, Director General of the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission, GTEC, Professor Ahmed Abdullahi Jinapor noted that the issue is of great concern to his outfit, where most tertiary institutions are speedily shifting towards fee paying.
Without any prejudice, you can see that most of these people, had it not been the fact that they were given subsidized education, they would have had the opportunity to come to the university. So if somebody who happened to be educated in a secondary school here, the secondary school, first of all, is deprived. They don't have the teachers, they don't have the books, they don't have the classrooms, they don't have the tables and chairs. And by by no fault of theirs. It's not as if they are not intelligent. These are individuals, if we were given the opportunity to go to Presec, Wesley girls, Abri girls, these individuals would have made one in chains. They would have made A1 throughout. But by virtue of their circumstance, they have made grades that at least 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, they are coming from very, very poor homes, and they get into the university, they don't get the courses that they would have wished they go to do. And again, we are telling them to pay full fee paying. We think it's unfair.
He disclosed that GTech will soon engage the institutions involved in the act in order to proffer solutions to the anomaly.
The Ghana Tertiary Education Commission takes exception to this. We have invited the various heads of the various universities to a meeting for us to have a discussion about this. We cannot shortchange the poor. We want to know what policy is informing this gradual creep towards fee paying, and we want all and sundry to support us in this agenda.
Water investiture as the Vice Chancellor of the Dr. Hilal Technical University, Professor Engineer Hamidatu Dramani Saka, she has made history by becoming the first female Vice Chancellor of the university and the second female Vice Chancellor in the country's technical universities. Professor Engineer Hamidatu Dramani Saka's speech was familiar, laced with familiar challenges as spoken about by her predecessors. Hers, however, look into surmounting the challenges, which he spoke with optimism.
As CEO of arguably one of the youngest technical universities in this country, I am aware of the multiple challenges that confronts this institution, the huge infrastructural deficit being the foremost and most worrisome. By the end of my tenure, we should expect the following: some improvement in our infrastructure, some hostels, especially hostel completed for students. Yesterday, we were fortunate enough to have the salt curtain ceremony. And this was made possible through government, through GTech, to have a 400-bed hostel capacity, which has already started.
Apostle Minister Lawyer Charles Wongo Pozum recalled the challenges faced by the university, pledging the commitment of the government to help fixing them.
Dr. Hilal Technical University remains central to this agenda, and we are committed to championing its needs at the national level. Our region's development architecture relies heavily on the success of this university and will not relent until Dr. Hilal Technical University reaches the status it deserves.
Minister for Labor, Jobs and Employment, Dr. Rashid Hassan Pelepu, who doubles as a legislature for WA, represented President John Dramani Mahama.
You assume this role at a decisive moment when our nation's development hinges increasingly on the technical competence, innovation, and skilled labor force. Your leadership will therefore be central to training and nurturing not just graduates, but also to people you are bringing up and building to take up responsibility of themselves and to their families.
A total of 1,446 students were graduated by the university at the colorful ceremony. Reporting for Dway News, Rafik Salam.
Now, Perseus Mining Ghana Limited has reaffirmed its commitment to education and community development by awarding scholarships to 172 students from its catchment areas who are pursuing technical, vocational and tertiary education. Speaking on behalf of the Edikan Trust Fund Board, which manages the scholarship program, Chairman Akwesi Jimabota described the awards as a recognition of the beneficiaries' dedication and resilience. He encouraged the students to make the most of the opportunity and also position themselves to contribute meaningfully to national development.
For 2025, 172 brilliant but needy tertiary, technical and vocational students benefited from Perseus Mining Scholarship Scheme through its Edikan Trust Fund. The mining company has for years, through its trust fund, funded the education and development of hundreds of students within its catchment communities. Alexander Odro is the general manager of Perseus Mining Ghana Limited.
At Edikan, we believe that when a child is educated, a family is empowered. When a family is empowered, a community is uplifted. And when communities rise, nations progress. The scholarship program, therefore, remains one of our proudest commitments as a vehicle to ensure that every deserving child has a chance to succeed regardless of their background. As we celebrate the power of education today, let us reaffirm our commitment to building a future where every child has access to quality education and every community is empowered to grow sustainably.
The chairman of the Edikan Trust Fund Board, Akwesi Jimabota, called the scholarship a testament of the resilience of beneficiaries.
To our scholarship recipients, this award is far more than a financial grant. It is a testament to your relentless dedication, your intellectual curiosity, and your resilience. It is a recognition of the late nights of study, the challenges you have overcome, and the unwavering belief you have in your own dreams. You have been chosen not only for your outstanding academic records, but for the character you have demonstrated, the leadership you have shown, and the promise you hold within you. We urge you to not just be recipients of knowledge, but creators of it. Remember to lift others as you climb.
Beneficiaries expressed their appreciation for the support and hope provided.
On behalf of all beneficiaries, we assure you that this opportunity will not be taken for granted. We are committed to using this support responsibly and to giving back to our communities in the future.
The scholarship scheme strives to build human capital and promote local development through educational support. From Ayamfre, Abigail Lissel in Kuma reports for Joy News.
Well, the chairman of the Ghana Water Resources Commission and Omanhin of the Abiadze traditional area, Dasebre Kwebuewusi VII, has renewed calls for stronger collaboration between government and traditional authorities to effectively combat illegal mining in the country. He cautioned that the continued destruction of Ghana's land and water resources through Galamsey poses a threat to livelihoods and national development, stressing that any sustainable solution must deliberately involve chiefs who remain custodians of the land. Dasebre Kwebuewusi VII made the call during the inauguration of an ad hoc committee tasked with planning activities to mark the 30th anniversary as Abiadze Omanhin.
As part of preparations towards the Abiadze Ahobakese Festival and the 30th anniversary of the Omanhin of the Abiadze traditional area slated for August 2026, the Omanhin, Dasebre Kwebuewusi VII, constituted an ad hoc committee to oversee the organization of the two occasions. The Omanhin highlighted the essence of the committee.
The essence of this is to make sure that we plan and plan well, and make sure that whatever we plan is also, accomplished or implemented. And because of that, we are still working with the substantive committee. That has been the official committee for all this while, so that at least they will also be able to monitor or supervise whatever the ad hoc committee is going to do.
Dublin, as the board chairman of the Ghana Water Resources Commission, the Omanhin also noted the impacts of illegal mining, calling for collaborations with traditional authorities.
My observation is this: if we don't get in touch with the chiefs to deal with them, government cannot do anything. Because I've been going to so many places, and Cobra, Danes, and others. If we don't get in touch with the chiefs who are on the ground, government can never fight this, canker. So what I am appealing to the government is to make sure that a strategic program is putting down for the chiefs. So I think it's about the time that chiefs sit up. Because we don't sit up, that we just allow people to do all these things to give sickness to our people, we are not helping our people. So my message is this: chiefs, we need to sit up. And the government should also be well awake to make sure that, he motivate chiefs to do the work and do it well.
The committee, which is made up of stakeholders from varying backgrounds, is headed by the CEO of the Environmental Protection Authority, Nanama Brown-Kluche.
We accepted to serve on the committee to make sure that the festival becomes an outstanding one, and also to make the next celebration a well-recommended one for everyone in the country. So one of the events that is very important to us, the committee, is the homecoming, which we believe it will bring development to the Abiazi states. So we are happy, we'll work very well. August is not far from now, but the committee is committed to work hard to make sure that the festival becomes what Nana is actually expect of it.
From Abiazi, Abigail Lissel Nkrumah reports for Joy News.
It's now time for some business news, and of course, the Ahanta Pele will bring you that after this breather.
Let's do some business updates now. And the country director for Visa Ghana, Fabrice Conan, says Ghana must accelerate the adoption of contactless payment solutions to keep pace with the global digital payment trend. Speaking to Joy Business at the Visa and Absa Bank Ghana launch of Absa Pay, Mr. Conan commended sector players, but noted that while contactless payment have become mainstream in many parts of the world, Ghana is yet to fully tap into their potential.
Event held at the Good Park Accra Mall brought together key industry stakeholders, fintech players, and digital influencers to experience the future of seamless, contactless payment in Ghana. Speaking to Joy Business, Fabrice Conan, country director for Visa Ghana, highlighted the growing global shift toward contactless payment, noting that Ghana still has significant room to accelerate adoption.
So this partnership is simply an association between one of the largest banks in Ghana, Absa, known for really, stepping into innovation, and a global payment network like Visa. It's about how do we work together to offer the best payment methods. I think it's a journey. I think there's a lot of efforts that we have to do, particularly from the seller standpoint. The merchant, they have to accept to have digital payment. They have to accept different method of payment, QR, POS machine, which have contactless capabilities. From a consumer standpoint, we have made a lot of progress. Obviously mobile money has, brought something.
On this part, Retail Banking Director at Absa Bank Ghana, Charles Addo, emphasized the strategic importance of the partnership with Visa and the bank's focus on customer-centric innovation.
I think when you look at today's customer, today's clients, they have a particular persona. They are looking for convenience, they are looking for security, they are looking for speed. And if you look at Ghana's population, 60% of our population are youthful, and that is the exact persona. And this is the reason why we are going in a collaboration with Visa to offer a product that satisfies this persona.
The launch of the Absa Pay is expected to reshape Ghana's digital payment narrative by increasing consumer awareness of contactless payment, driving adoption among merchants and customers, and strengthening the long-standing partnership between Visa and Absa Bank Ghana.
Away from that, the government of Colombia is seeking to use Ghana's vibrant business environment to enter the West African market. This is due to the country's infrastructure and economic growth recorded in the last few years. Deputy Minister of Trade for Colombia, Titus Yeps, disclosed this to Joy Business during the courtesy call on Fidelity Bank Ghana as part of the official state visit by the Vice President of Colombia to the country. Here is more.
The courtesy call by the Colombia delegation, led by its vice president, forms part of the state visit to foster deeper business relations with Ghana as the gateway to Africa. This also reaffirms Fidelity Bank's contribution to international trade and support for entrepreneurs. After a closed-door engagement with management of the bank, Deputy Minister of Trade for Colombia, Titus Ypes told journalists that Ghana is well positioned to be used as a key trade partner for the African continent.
You have a strong port here, and then we can use that as a part of our gateway to West Africa. And then the idea is to establish, for example, a maritime line between the port of Cartagena and the Colombian Caribbean to the port of Accra. The idea is also, let's put forward, why not, a flying directly from Bogota to Accra. Instead of actually going to Europe, where we are actually taking 40 hours to get here, let's spend 12 hours, which is a reasonable amount of time, right? So the opportunities are very much a lot, and then there will be businesses for everybody and opportunities not only for large-scale businesses, but also for small businesses as they actually can come and implement different opportunities.
And that's how we wrap up the business update. Back to you, Denisha.
Thank you, Ahata Phyllis, and that's it for AM News. Don't forget that if you want more news, I know a place, myjoyonline.com. Please enjoy the show. Sports is up next.